Hello. So how are we doing today, beautiful people? It's been a minute. I've been very busy, working very hard. I'm trying to make money. First of all, I'm gonna admit fault for the first time with you guys and kind of like realize that I'm being irrational with myself and justifying not doing things that I'm passionate about just because. Um, what I'm talking about fundamentally is the fact that I kept on holding off making YouTube videos because I'm like, I don't want to be known and my life is going to be stressful. But I feel like that's pretty pretentious because it assumes that I'm about to succeed at this, and also at the same time that because let's be honest, we all want money, and I feel like I've been very obsessed with the notion of like having money and no one, like you want the money, not the fame. But sometimes you gotta realize if you're coming from certain economic situations, you don't have that luxury to choose the type of fame that you're about to have. So, that being said, I'm not doing this to try to be famous. If you've been here, you kind of know. I'm actually trying to do this because I realized I've spent too much time not actually talking with people. There's interactions with people, uh, whether it's at your job and whatever, but I haven't actually talked and let myself think because we all know we live in a very distracted society. So, that being said, I'd like to just keep doing this, right? Okay, so what it is, what's it that I'm trying to talk to you guys about today? Well, long story short, it's about how shitty it is that the world usually has a tendency to make you hate being good. And this is not just like, oh, I'm not going down. No, I mean, like, seriously, no matter how you identify, not even about relationships and whatever, always ask yourself a very simple question. Do people that you are with want you as a person? They just want to vibe with you, they just click with you? Or are you a utility? It could be you bring in the money, it could be maybe someone is just using you for your body. Maybe, which is far more common than people realize, you are a good person and people kind of like thrive off that. Like if you're a good person and you're like a decent person, there's a lot of people that don't see that as something to inspire them to be good as well. They see that as something to be used, like an in, like, oh, easy, like easy free stuff. It's like when someone wins the lottery, everyone thinks like we won the lottery. Those kind of, it's like, so yeah, because I'd seen this TikTok and I was like, damn, it's kind of saddening because I feel like the reason why I've been very apprehensive expanding my social circle was a fear of that. It's always like sometimes I know this is like the cop out option, but you'd rather not interact, rather not make any connections with people, rather not deal with, because you're avoiding certain people that are probably going to be toxic. And I'm starting to realize as I'm getting older, gray hair and all. I mean, I've had gray since I was 16, you know. But the point I'm trying to share is that as you get older, you realize that all you really can do for yourself as an individual is give people a chance. And in that theme, I was like, yeah, like it's like it just removes the burden of you. Like you just get to be yourself. You just get to be the perfect version of yourself, and then let people show you who they are. Because I know, like sometimes I realize there's certain people that will treat you differently depending on what they think you can offer them. Like if, for example, you're not higher up in whatever company or like organization that you're part of, then the way they talk about you is kind of different. But then when they discover that there's something unique or interesting about you, or maybe people like you, or maybe then you start seeing them change. It's almost as if they're like hunting for the for something to help them level up and stuff. It always feels like life, like real life for them is like LinkedIn or something. So all right, let me not get carried away. But the point I'm trying to make, right? So, and I realized that growing up and actually maturing as an individual is, what, giving people the option to fit into your life as they are. Because usually when we don't give people chances to be themselves and fit into your life the way they are, some people will just be in your life, whether you have to for work or whatever, and then you start discovering whether, and then it's gonna sell you, and then you know what I mean. So what I realize is like just give people the opportunity, just trust people to show their true colors, and in doing so, I've met phenomenal, amazing people I wouldn't even consider having a conversation with, and I'm like, oh, this person is pretty cool, this is exciting, wow, fascinating, inspirational. The way I see the world changes my assumption. It's like I'm giving myself an opportunity to actually live and be alive, and this goes for you too in relationships or whatever. Like a lot of people get like, whether they're jealous or like afraid or like, oh, their partner or what. I think it was Preacher Lawson that said this, like, he's very easy to get cheated on. And I was like, that's what you want to be. It's like, or like, I forgot the name of the relationship coach, Matthew. The one, I don't know if it's Australian or British. He just has an accent that women like. I like it too. Stop. All right. And he was mentioning something about like a lot of people kind of validate how good their relationships are because they over monitor trust, like not like over monitor, that like super overbearing, like that typical dude, like, oh, why you, what's doing, or like a girl that always goes through your phone all the time, like constant trying to secure this. I mean, usually from past traumas. Most times it has nothing to do with you. I understand that, but I feel like at times it kind of deprives them of an opportunity, because loving someone is very risky. I think it was the little like the divorce lawyer thing, talking about how a lot of thing about love is so worth it that you're willing to just throw yourself in it. Like, why not? Like, genuinely, why not? Why not? And I feel like if we start living life that way, it's like we feel unbound. There's a certain feeling of limitlessness, and you kind of like, you're more willing to explore. And also, like, even if you've been had in the past, it's like you don't want that previous hat being affecting future lives that you build and future connections you make with people. It's almost like, be willing to accept quickly that's what's wrong with that person. Move on. It's like, but give the people in front of you, friends, co-workers, whatever, give them the opportunity to be in your life so that your life can be exciting. I mean, not everything's going to be perfect or lovey-dovey, but as long as there's a sense of authenticity in your life. Because I've been in situations where, like, I had, like, resources or whatever, but then I'm just like, oh, life. You know why? Because I had perfectly built boxes and channels to, like, prevent every single thing preventable. But the problem with preventing every single thing preventable is like you're gonna be very safe and cocooned and miserable. And that's one thing a lot of people never think. We are so afraid of being heartbroken and miserable that we end up spending a lot of time really safe but miserable. And you know what's scarier when you're by yourself miserable? Yourself. And don't, and this is not like, oh, you have to be social. No. I'm very sociable. I can talk. I'm very charismatic without even trying. I can work that more, try to be less conscientious of my accent and stuff like that. But less conscientious, less conscious of my self-conscious about my accent and stuff. But at the same time, there's a certain limitations that you put on yourself if you don't just, oh my god, the camera just dropped. If you saw it shake a bit. So yep, I guess that means the video is over. So if you watched till this far, tell me how you like this setup. Cause I really like recording in the office, but the problem is I have a Kev monitor and I feel it's very echoey. So I know here it's a bit echoey as well, but it's a bit more cozy and cocoon. So I want to make more cozier interactions with you guys, and hopefully you like what it is that I'm doing. If not, that's okay too. Well, it's been your boy Debs Malisto, aka the African Psycho. See you in the next one. Maybe it'll be more fun. Yeah.